You're on, man.
Change your mind. Take a chance on the first thing in life.
Trump dance. Come on, guys.
Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you got no place to go, if you're all alone, when the breathing hurts and lonely, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. But if you my very best, I take no lie. If you put me to the test, if you let me try, take a chance on me. Take a chance on me.
It's all you, Doc.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome. This is Chance's Chat with Chance McFadden, Fascinating Brian, of course, and me, Docg, and hopefully Debbie Stevens will join us. This is for entertainment purposes only, but it also may not be. Welcome, Chance.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I've been waiting for the last 3 days to get this show going tonight. Hello, Chanel. Okay. I had a whole bunch of negativity dropped on me, but guess what? I don't care because I'm right. Okay. Tracy, out in California. Okay. Listen, young lady, I know the problems you're going through. I love you. I am so sorry. I am so desperately sorry of the issues that you're dealing with. And I wish that when you thought you had a problem with the trust, you would have called me or Raymond. Because getting an opinion from somebody that has no knowledge of trust. I've had 8 years of trust law, okay? Every Sunday for 8 years, I had, learned about trust. And I don't want to do trust. I don't do trust. I don't write trust. But Raymond Lee, who I help him sell his trust because he's a good guy. But here's the reason why I help him sell the trust. Pay close attention. He learned from the Rothschilds how to do a trust. A Rothschild trust is $25,000. Okay? His trust, 2 trusts, not 1, 2 trusts are $2,000, but you get a $300 discount when you email him and say Chance Chat 1515. Hi, Facebook user. Oh my gosh! No matter what, we appreciate a bit of intel, either or you let us know. I will, handicapper. You will get the intel. I've got to address this thing first, okay? Now, our call-in number right now is 609-227-0991. I am asking Tracy to call in. Let's get this situated. Let's find out the qualifications of the person who told you that Raymond's trust is a scam. Call me right now. Call me. I sent you an email this afternoon. I know you read it. You knew I was going to go on and talk about this. I am not going to mention Tracy's last name, but she's in California, and she's going through some rough times, guys. And I feel my heart goes out to her, it really does. And I want her to seek the love in her heart and put love out. Okay? Love is the answer. Turn your life over to Jesus. Everything's going to be cool. Okay?
Yeah.
I know you got a bunch of crap dumped on you, but it's going to get better, and it's going to get better real soon. I'm going to give you the updates in a few minutes. I don't think Debbie's coming on tonight. She had a very bad night's sleep last night. I think a lot of people are having that. Hey, Bernadette, I know that. Hey, you guys. Yeah. Anyway, look what I took because I was exhausted before, 5 minutes before the show. So I just took a bunch of APL Go Power for Men, the blue one. And man, I'm all pumped up. It's like I drank 2 gallons of coffee. Wow. Okay. So what I want you to know is, Tracy, I'm going to finish this up with you. You call in if you want to. I have to go to a real military chat room, no pun intended. That's fine. I waited all this to go down, and it will be okay. Tracy, sending you lots of love. Everybody is sending you love tonight, Tracy. No matter the bad things you said about me and Raymond. But I'm telling you right now, I can prove to you, whether you call in or not, what happened was Raymond was traveling, and Anna, who was his associate, was handling the trust, and you didn't have any trustees. Okay, do you remember this? You didn't have any trustees. And Anna, unintentionally, trying to help you, hi, Christy Sue, unintentionally inserted Raymond's name into the document. This by no means is ever done. It was done unintentionally. So all we have to do to correct this is Raymond can send you a new cover sheet document with all the information changed, and it will be a completely legitimate document. Now, Doc, you have a trust from Raymond Lee, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And Brian, you've got a trust with Raymond Lee. I can testify I have one of his trusts. And I can also testify, hi, Carol. Carol Allen, good to see her. I can also testify that I have one of the trusts, and I can also testify that nobody has ever complained about the trust. And if you can't afford it, it's okay. We'll help you get through it. Okay? This is not a pitch for the trust. This is a pitch to redeem the nasty things that Tracy and TW, I think it is TW, Terry somebody or another, I got his information too, put on TW's Telegram page, and it's made it over to Facebook and Bearded Patriot. Stop it, guys, okay? I can prove everything you're saying is wrong, okay? You do not, I'm going to tell you, this is not a threat. This is a promise. I love you all. I have nothing against you, but I will not allow you to defame me or Raymond. And if I have to go and file an arbitration suit, now this is not a suit in your admiralty court or maritime equity court. I will file an arbitration suit, which is completely by the Constitution, okay? And it's also under God's law. So I will file an arbitration suit. All I'm asking is a retraction. Hi, Facebook user. How are you? All I'm asking for is a retraction. If you have a problem with me or anything that I endorse, then you call me. You don't go putting it blabbing on Facebook or Telegram and then blocking your information. But you forgot I already have your information. Okay? That's why I'm not mentioning your last name, because I don't want you to get 10,000 phone calls from my supporters and the show's supporters. Okay? This is not about me. It's about my reputation. And you have defamed me. And I'm not going to have it. All I want is an apology and a public retraction on every page that you have, that has gone to. Okay? That's all I want. And, we're good. I still love you. Everything's good. Okay? Oh, hi there. You found me through Ginger's Liberty Lounge. Good. I'm glad you did. It's good to see you. And if you want to join my private Telegram group, send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com. You will be on the exclusive private group that nobody else is getting on, but somehow somebody's feeding these other places my posts. My information on my group is supposed to be just for my group and maybe the Patriot Intel group, and that's it. Okay, Travis is a good guy. And I'm going to tell everybody this at the starting of the show. And Brian, you're probably the most spiritual and truthful person I've ever met in my life. And that's why I'm so privileged to have you on the show with us. But I want to tell you all something right now, and you can go back and slow it down and write down all my details. But I am all about transparency. My name is Brian Paul McFadden. My friends and my family call me Chance. You're my friend. You're my family. You can call me Chance. I live at 504 12th Street in Fort Madison, Iowa. That's 52627. And my phone numbers are 319-561-0064. And yes, Victor, you do. My home emergency number, in case the cell phones go down, is 319-372-0268. Do not call. It is the emergency line only if the cell phones go down. Oh, you're going to hear about Brian's opinion about what's getting ready to happen. Yes, you are. We're going to have a lot of things to go over today. Now, before I go any further, I want to talk to one more thing, and then we're going to get into some intel, and we're going to hear from Brian and Doc, okay? But I want to tell you something. I have come up with a promotion for Hamilton Radio. The promotion that I have come up with, I won't mention it on the air, okay? It's such a good deal. This is the #1 radio station on the internet. That's the world. That's the entire realm of Earth, okay? This is the #1 listened to. Hamilton Radio has all kinds of awards. And what I am going to do, I am using my influence with Gene to put together a super duper advertising package for you. If you want to promote your band, you want to promote your website, you want to promote your product, call me this week. Call me this weekend. 319-561-0064. I'm going to give you a deal. It's going to knock your socks off. It is a 3-month promotion. It starts in March, and we want you to really seriously consider this because, of course, I have the show, so I get to advertise my music store because it is my show, and my music store is slowly gaining traction again. And that's FortMadisonGuitars.com. We've been on eBay for 21 years, but if you call me direct at that same phone number, then you can get free freight on anything that you order, okay? Free freight. I just shipped out an electric piano the other day. It cost $153, okay, in freight alone. So now let's get into what you guys are all wanting to hear. You're all wanting to hear intel, okay? Well, if you belong to Chance's chat on Telegram, Nancy Spencer says, hello, everyone. Finally made it. Had to put mom into a nursing home yesterday after caring for her for 14 years. Oh, Nancy, you poor thing. God love you. God love you for doing it for that long. Man, you've got the patience of Job, I'm telling you. And I put her face back up there. She had a baby in her hand. I like babies. There, look at that little cutie there. Yeah, little babies. I like babies. I like to hold them, and even if they're not mine, I like to kiss them and like hug them like that, and give them love like you would a puppy dog. You know, they're just the best. They're just the best. Okay, now so this promotion, I'm going to do it for the month of March, and it's a 3-month promotion. Okay, but it is when you consider the coverage, the worldwide coverage, or the entire realm coverage, okay, we may be getting orders from the other side of the ice wall. Who knows? This is that good of a deal. So I don't care what your product is, as long as it's not pornography or anything naughty or nasty, contact me. I'm going to get it set up with you. I'm going to give you a special rate that is absolutely going to blow your socks off, okay? And it's affordable for just about any business. So call me at 319-561-0064. Now let's go on into the RV stuff. If you were on my Telegram page, I think didn't I go over this before a minute ago? Am I in a loop? Brian, help. Am I?
It's okay because you need a beginning to reset yourself when establishing a new diet.
It's the power. Okay. It's the power about NPL Go.
Man, I'm on crack. It's like doing crack, except I won't have no headache and then my nose won't bleed. Or I don't know. I don't do drugs, so I don't know. If I was any more pure, I'd be Larry Bird. Larry Bird. I'd be Larry Bird if I was any more pure. Hello, Monique. How are you? Good to see you. appreciate it when the Facebook people come on. We get to see their faces and stuff. That's always cool. I like that.
Well, I also posted this in Kent Dunn's group. So once Kent Dunn's group sees it, you'll see all flood of people coming in.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Speaking of Kent Dunn, I still love you, brother. And I sent you an invitation to tonight's show. And I don't know what's going on, why we're not communicating, but I noticed that you blocked me on your private group on Facebook, and I'm sure you had your reasons for doing so, but it's okay. No hard feelings. I still love you. I'm over here. I've got, and if you want to get colloidal silver, copper glasses, and Shilligan from Kent and Dawn, you can contact them at quantumproducts333@gmail.com. The link is over on the right-hand side in the private chat. So they have good products and very unique products. And the Shilligan that he sells is gold Shilligan. Okay? Try to find gold Shilligan for less than $85, $95 a jar. It don't happen. It's a good product. I use it myself. Okay, guys. Here's what the RV information is for today. I put it up on Telegram yesterday, and basically the 12 key people that were first 12 in line, which also does not include some of the bondholders. They were liquid yesterday. Okay. Now, what's this mean? What does this mean? Well, when the next thing that's going to happen is the groups. The groups are going to be called. But if this comes out on the Forex, if it shows up on the Forex, and we're expecting it before the end of the month. And when is the end of the month, Brian? Let's see. That's coming right up.
Yeah.
Today's the 22nd. We got 28 days. So we got 6 more days. Okay. Till the end of the month. And that's when we're expecting it to anytime before the 28th. We're expecting the shotgun start. That means the 800 numbers are coming out. If you want on my 800 contact list where I send you the 800 number, then send me a text message to 319-561-0064. I still have time for you to get some RV protocol papers. They're $50. It's the same information for donating to the show over here. But I'm telling you, there's so many powerful things. And I know everybody is down and everybody is depressed and everybody is, sucking eggs as far as, no energy, no money, no this, no that. Okay, I can appreciate it. Okay, but I ain't gonna let nothing get me down because I know the Lord is bringing this to fruition, and I know that we are going to be the chosen ones for helping rebuild this realm. For help, taking one more power, Doc. I'm taking one more power.
Should you?
I'm not speeding enough yet.
Oh my God! Like the old days, Chance.
I know, just a couple more white crosses, and we'll be good. You got to be old to appreciate that joke. Oh, it's 29 days. It's a leap year. Oh, Sharon, thank you, dear. It's a leap year. Even more significant. That means a week from today, the 29th. Next Thursday, we will be at the end of the month. See? It's your show, too. It's your show, too. Okay? You have input. You got a phone. You got to want to call? Call. We want you to jump aboard and give us your questions, comments, concerns, anything that applies. And there's a lot to apply. I'm telling you, there's a lot to apply. Gene had all kinds of car trouble yesterday, so we're gonna all just put out some positive energy and prayers for Gene. He didn't have any more car trouble, and
Thank
we're
you.
we're able to move forward without any more bumps in the road. Okay.
Oh,
By the way, today's energy drink is Aldi Benner green tea. What else I got in here? Immucyst Advance, chlorine dioxide, black seed oil, and iodine, Crow's iodine. So that's today's health drink for me. And we got to fight this thing, guys. We got to fight this negative energy. And the only way we're going to do it is with positivity, is with love. Okay. So show love to everybody and everything in your life. The RV is around the corner. You're going to have funds. And that's when the love really comes into play. Okay. And I show 29. You're right, Rick. You're right. There is 29 days in the month. So the last day of the month is a week from today. Yeah, Robin, I'm bouncing off the walls already. The bad thing about the APL Go stuff is it just tastes so damn good. It's like really good candy. It's really good, like real good candy, except it's good for you. Non-disclosure agreements. You want to know about those? I drink chlorine dioxide every day. Yes, I put 4 drops in my tea of the chlorine dioxide and then the activator. I put 4 drops each in my thing every day. But you want to know about the NDA. Depending on how you conduct yourself, when you go in for your currency exchange, you need to know that you could get an NDA from 30 to 90 days. And during that time, I want you to keep your mouth shut. I want you not to talk about anything. And if you buy yourself a new car and you park it in the driveway and somebody says, well, ain't you Mr. Big Shot? You got yourself a brand new automobile. Don't you think you're something? Where'd you get the money for that? I got the perfect answer for you. It's called Nanya. And they're going to say, Nanya, what's that? I said, none of your damn business. You go take care of your stuff over there. I'll take care of my stuff over here. And I'll love you as a neighbor. Okay? That's how you handle it. Brian, I want you to tell people what you think's going on in the world and what your opinion is on the recreational vehicle and all the good stuff associated with that.
Sure. So my first response to the car, don't buy a new car, buy a used car. All right. First thing, you want to blend in. It's all about safety. It's all about maintaining your livelihood, not exceeding parameters right from the get-go, like a child. So I'm going to leave it, the car thing at that. Okay, so we're going to have a couple of serious conversations. So me personally, as someone who is an ex-Marine, who's also interstellar in nature, by nature, and an angelic, I am quite disheartened of how people are treating not only each other in the so-called, he's taking, one example, he's getting more views than me or whoever, being all about the ego, being all about when's this coming, when's that coming, me, I. It's all about me, I, and the materialism. I'm very, very disheartened by the principles humans are exhibiting as grown men and women. None of this, none of the Nasara, the Jasara, the currencies has to go this way. It doesn't. And now let me explain why. that is secondary. Your civil liberties are first. Okay? Your civil liberties are first and foremost the most important thing for you as an individual to have, and who has sacrificed for you behind the scenes. Men, women, including children, armed service members, probably secret agents, all of them have done so much above and beyond the call of duty, and you are all about me and myself and I. Please gain some perspective. They deserve so much more. And I'm sure, and I quote this from my tribe, they're not really happy about how humans aren't elevating themselves. They're not working on themselves to show that they are worthy of the abundance as a humanitarian, as a soldier, your version of a soldier, right? You're wanting to do great things for the funds, for people, but you also have to walk in a very prepared manner and state of mind. If you are not, and you're being selfish in some format and just always downgrading yourself, then you don't really need it because you're not ready to lead. The point is for you to have the abundance to lead, to be a leader and show that you are worthy for the idea of Nasara and Jasara. And I'm sure the white hats are listening. I'm sure ETs are listening and appreciating this. This is your assignment as a human, as a humanitarian. And I send this out to everybody listening. When they build monuments of the fallen soldiers, you will go visit them. That is your assignment. You will bring whatever that you feel that will honor them best. You can have a good cry, you can talk, but you will be respectful, and you should want to do this because none of what you're about to experience, they don't get to have this. Only their families. You owe them. So you better grit your teeth, man up as men and women, and start being better humans as humanitarians. Now, next topic. I know a lot of you people like to focus on all these wonderful psyopses. Oh, it's the solar flash. I'm going to explain to you now that the solar flash is actually nothing new in the realm of cosmic UFOlogy or anything that goes on in the universe or all the galaxies, okay? From the side of the ether of creation, of source, there's always going to be photons and vibrations and frequencies going through these portals, and they're always going to upgrade your DNA. They're always going to reallocate or readjust or help purify or remove. It just depends on certain DNA sequences. And does it do it for everybody? Not necessarily. If you're waking up from your sleep, you're going to get upgraded greater and further than others. And that is one of those natural cosmic, I would call mystical laws. It's just something that is natural. So focusing on all this, oh, another solar flare, it must be something magnificent. It's not. It's transition. It is a normal thing. what you're experiencing from the physical side and listening to all these individuals that are always so hyped up about it, it's just a psyops. Okay. From a military perspective, it is a great cover. It is a great psyops. It's just one of those mechanics where you as an individual don't really understand the complications of gravity and magnetics and force and ether and how there's always convergence and the dynamics of energy in all things. And of course, your scientists here on the planet only give you what they call their theories and their enclosed globe ideas, because that's all they have, because they're inside looking outside trying to give you the best information they can. Is it wrong? It's subjective. I'm just going to put it that way. It's right for the population that wishes to pay attention in their snow globe, but from the external point, it doesn't really matter. It's actually more expansive and more complicated than you think. So, and I know a lot of people have probably wish to have more ET intel, but you're not really going to get any more ET intel. That was kind of Kent's thing. And even they, from a military format and perspective, they don't want everything known. They're at some point, and I did feel this was going to come, would want to go quiet, where possibly Kent has to go quiet also, where he needs to keep very little information out in the public. Because in the end, what is this about? This is about a battle for your physical attention, your emotional energy, your time, your spiritual aspects of how you feel and how you create in this world. That's what this fight is about. And a lot of you probably don't even know this, but just because, angels may seem immortal and appear immortal does not mean that they don't die either on these sub realms, especially since we have to manage, like plumbers, fixing portal leaks, right? We had to make sure, and I'm sure a lot of you would be like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. Nothing would ever leak over here. Yeah, and there would never be any ghouls or skinwalkers or anything like monstrous that would just suddenly appear, and start killing people. You would be surprised. That's how powerful consciousness is on a lot of these other levels, especially in the spirit realm. You have to have specialized soldiers that go fix the leaks. Because if they come in, it's a mess. And it has happened before. It's just that the humans haven't witnessed it. So many beings deserve your gratitude instead of the selfish behavior of just, it's all about me. And I give thanks to them all the day, every day, for their hard work, because I know I was there doing it too. And I will go back there and I will do it again. And it's not that they wish, from their ego side, like, oh, I wish someone would thank me. No, they just are very appreciative of the fact that someone thought about them and yet they can't even see them. And they find that to be one of the most amazing and profound moments, because they're like, wow, he understands how creation works. he can see it or he can feel it. It's not so small to him. And because of that gratitude that they receive, they're willing to do more sometimes. So, yeah, please keep in mind that from here on out, it's just going to be a lot of psyopsis. And yeah, make sure that you just take care of you, because there's only one of you. You are the most important thing that you should want to genuinely fix and recenter and reestablish goodwill with before you can set out and be a greater version of yourself. That's it.
That's pretty powerful stuff, Brian. You also got to remember that these other entities, they look at us in wonder because we have the God spark and they don't. Now, they may have some type of spark, but they don't have the God spark. We were the chosen, and we've got to raise our vibrations up. Everything is frequency and vibration. By the time you realize that, then you're going to raise your mental status. You're going to raise your ears. You're going to be listening and not talking so much. But nobody wants to see me on this show just listening. That's not very entertaining. So anyway, Brian's hitting on a lot of bases there, and I would suggest you go back through and make notes because you are in control of you. Okay, now if you're having legal problems with your house or something like that, I will want to tell you, I turned 3 people over this last week to save to our associate in Washington State. She is phenomenal, and she is on their way to making their mortgages and their everything associated with the whole thing go poof. Doc, you're on the list too. You're next. Okay. I am very blessed to have my house paid off, but I wouldn't have it now if it wasn't for a particularly wonderful friend of mine who stepped up to the bat because I didn't have the money for the. I got a grant. I got a grant from the state of Iowa, but I was $2,000 short, and this wonderful friend, which I will keep anonymous, came up to the plate and sent me the money. And I went down, and an hour and a half later, what I was sweating bullets over was a non-event. Okay. Now, I know not everybody has a guardian angel like that, but I will tell you this. Okay. I made the first steps by applying for the grant. I kept pushing forward in spite of the diversity that I had of being 2 weeks away from losing my property. And believe me, these corporate governments, they want your property. You don't have a right to own anything. You don't own anything. You're just paying rent. That's why we charge you property tax. Well, that's all going to go away with NASARA too. So, and but there is a solution to all this stuff. And if Lewis, if you're listening to me tonight, this could apply to you too. Okay. I'm not going to say any last names. I'm just going to say Lewis. I haven't talked to you in a while, and I know you were involved in it pretty deep. But there is this thing that's called an express trust, and we are going to you call me. I will put you in touch with the lady that handles the express trust, and it will not only do you change your status, but you change your standing, and you change your ability to be outside of the statutes, codes, ordinances, and mandates. And they're just at a loss to be able to do anything against you. And this includes an illegal mortgage. This includes traffic tickets. So if you want to, that's the good things. But there's one other good thing too, because you will be taught on how to access the straw man account and create your own financial instrument, which goes through the IRS and goes through the banking system, and you can literally tap into your straw man account. Now, that's all the good stuff. The bad stuff is it costs $5,000 because it is labor intensive paperwork. But when you consider you're going to learn how to access the straw man account, then guess what? Write yourself your own financial instrument out of that straw man account. So this is why I'm talking about the Express Trust. Okay, we've been able to help 3 people so far, and it's going to be in 3-4 weeks from now. It's a non-event for them. It'll be over. Okay, it will be literally over for them. These people get so desperate to have control over you. A lady got a ticket that had been through. Yes, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay. This lady went through this entire process, and she's outside of their system. They pulled her over for a taillight out, and they gave her a couple tickets, and she didn't have a driver's license, but they understood they didn't have any jurisdiction. So they wrote her a ticket on her state identification card. And then when she doesn't pay it, and she responds with letters of response that proves to them that they are violating the trust, then they said they're going to cancel her ID card. You can't cancel an ID card. They're desperate to hang on to the jurisdiction that they think they have over this woman. Okay, she's not under their jurisdiction. She's not under their thumb. The IRS can't touch her. The other things can't touch her. Okay, the traffic tickets mean nothing. But now she's in a wonderful position where she can turn around and charge these people with violation of the executive trust, and they can actually go to jail for violating that trust. Okay, so this is why you need to think, if you're in a desperate situation. The first people that called me said, well, we just quit paying because we realized the mortgage was it was already paid for, and we just didn't feel like paying $5,000 a month mortgage payments. And I said, well, I can understand that. When did you quit doing that? Well, we did it in 2022, and now they're getting ready to take the house back. And I said, well, is your house worth $5,000? And she said, well, of course it is. It's worth whatever she said, $400,000, $500,000. And she has some other people staying with her that were in the same situation. And I said, well, obviously, if you can afford $5,000 monthly payments, then you could afford $5,000 to make this problem go away, right? And they said, yes. And I said, okay, well, here's the lady's name. Here's her number. Go for it. Okay. And they did. And now their problems are on the way to being resolved. So with this in mind, if you're having a problem, but if you plain don't have any money, there's nothing I can do about it because it is very labor intensive. And this lady works her patootie off, making sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Plus, she teaches you how to handle this trust. And that's what you need to learn. So you just don't go in and somebody fixes all your problems. You have to be proactive in this executive trust. So you write down, you learn, you study, okay? Because after all, you are in charge of you. Okay. She's not in charge of you. I'm not in charge of you. The guy across the street's not in charge of you. You are in charge of you. And if everything goes down the toilet, it's because of you. It's not because of any of the rest of us. Okay. So there's your executive trust pitch. And it does work. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, I want to talk to you about somebody that called me today. And we had a good brother-sister type talk. And that's Billy Powers. Billy and I talked today for an hour. And I finally, I had not been getting any of her emails. Okay. Yeah. Common law. That's going to be a whole thing that I'll probably be explaining about common law, but I'm going to give you the whole breakdown right now about common law. Okay. Okay. Pay attention to this because this is the Reader's Digest version of common law. Okay. Number one, God's law comes first. Number two, common law is do no harm. Do no harm. Do no harm. If you don't understand that, then you will be judged by a grand jury of 25 peers. And they will decide for you. And that's what common law is. Now, keep in mind, statutes, codes, and ordinances, mandates won't happen anymore. There probably won't be any speed limits. There won't be any driver's license required. There won't be any insurance required. If you have a tail light out, no cop's going to pull you over and write you a ticket. If you run through a stop sign, it's okay, but please don't. Because you got to watch out. There's children about, okay? They're the precious babies of the future, and you got to keep your eyes open, your ears open, and be aware. Keep aware of everything that's going on around you. One of the things that I would like to debunk right now, I would like to debunk a old wives' tale. Been doing a lot of research on this. I'm just going to give it to you in bread and butter terms. Oh, don't stare at the sun. Don't stare at the sun, Brian. Don't stare at the sun, Doc. It'll hurt your eyes. It'll hurt. Oh, you'll go blind. And oh my God, what in the world? I had a friend of mine who recently died, and he suffered with macular degeneration. Okay. From what I have studied, you could reverse that by sun gazing. He could have reversed it, and he would have known he was in the right direction because he would have felt the heat. All he had to do is sun gaze.
I'm sorry. I was going to say you absorb vitamin B through.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's the most natural form.
It's photosynthesis. That's right. Like a plant does. Your eyes are the same thing that a plant would do. You need sun. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But that's all right. But just don't look at the sun, Brian, because you'll go blind and everything will go to hell.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Don't wear sunglasses. That's the other lie. They say, "Oh, put on sunglasses if it's too bright."
Yeah. Well,
sunglasses so you wouldn't absorb vitamin B.
Right. Well, and then don't go out in the sun without your suntan lotion. Oh my gosh. Get your suntan lotion. You don't want to get a sunburn. No. You want to put all these chemicals on your body so you can get cancer. And that's what we're all about. Okay. I have sun gaze. Good. Because if you do it right, you do it properly, then it could even start to reverse. And in fact, it even reverses glaucoma. Yeah. Good. Thank you, Facebook user. That's good.
Cataracts too, by the way. Cataracts as well.
Yeah, glaucoma is hardening of the eyeball, and cataracts is that film. Well, when you don't get the nutrients you need for photosynthesis, like Brian was saying, then you're going to develop all kinds of other things. And the other thing is, I got to get me a pair of Earth shoes. Okay, they've got shoes. And I don't know what they're called, Brian. You would know better, but they're made out of organic material so that you can walk in the grass and still have your feet protected, but you still be grounding yourself. What are those? Do you know about those, Brian?
I don't know, but all I can say is wait. You're going to see hemp becoming one of the dominant crops on this planet. That's going to be making lots of stuff like you won't believe.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. 5 crops a year. You bet.
so what's
Yep.
this tell us? The coupons on each so-called frauded bill? That's the
I
13th
think
spot.
Chance can explain that because somebody keeps asking me. They want to know more about that. You know about that, Chance?
Okay. Years ago, when you get a bill in the mail, I think I got a bill here or something. No, I guess I don't. But you get a bill in the mail, and it say, tear off this coupon and send your remittance in with this coupon. Guess what, folks? Back then, the coupon was your remittance. You just didn't do the A for V process. That's no good anymore. We're the transitional phase where the assets for value program no longer works. Okay, I did it on my daughter's credit report and mine, and eliminated thousands of dollars worth of debt on both of ours. It took a long time to do it, and I had to write it all out, and didn't have the stamps for it and everything, but I did it, and I did my due diligence, and she was able to get her credit score and bills eliminated. But they're not doing that no more. The A for V thing is going to be old hat because we are at the threshold of Nassar Gassara. So it's a nice idea, but unless you have the right paperwork in place for A for V, and it was 5 or 10 years ago, it's not going to work now. Okay. So I know all about that process. Yes, sun gazing is good for floaters. Yes, Tara. Nice to see you tonight, Tara. Hemp is going to be a lot of people's products, Tracy. Brian and I have talked about it extensively for the United States and the UK. So it's going to be a really, really good thing. Yeah, they're called grounding shoes. A piece of leather with a couple of straps, very flat shoes, no arch. I'm fine. I'll find some. And is leather going to work on when you walk through grass? Will that ground you, Brian? I guess because it's organic, it would, huh?
Yeah, well, it can, but I'm thinking more lines like your future shoes the base will be hemp, but it may have like elements of copper or something that can help
Conductivity.
elevate a current through your system as you're walking.
Right. I could see that. I really could. Sun gaze at sunrise and sunset. It's a good thing. And where I sit in my side yard, I got a bench out here that I sit. And when the weather's nice, I sit out there and I sit in front of the sun with my shoes off, hitting the ground. Master A. Okay, what I missed?
A lot.
Yeah, it's called, watch the replay, brother. It's called. Man, we have been going at warp speed because Debbie's not here to break the monotony of our guy talk. So Debbie's not here tonight. When is the eclipse? I don't know. I have a wonderful guy from India. Okay, his name's Manny. Okay, and he's probably listening to the show right now. Wonderful guy. But he, for some reason, thinks it's directly from God's mouth to my ears because he asked me all these questions about India and everything that's going on in the world. And, it's just like he thinks I'm the encyclopedia Chance Sanica or something like that. Okay. And that's not the case at all. I'm not Mr. Know-it-all. But I do absorb a lot of knowledge. Whether it's accurate or not remains to be seen. But the X over Texas. All my exes live in Texas.
George Strait.
Yeehaw. Yeah. One of Kent Dunn's favorite singers, George Strait.
Oh,
but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take time for just a second here. Guys, listen, if you're working, if you do like I do, you work in the shop, you got your own shop or your own garage or something, you got a computer out there and listen to music, you are just kicking yourselves in the butt when you're not listening to hamiltonradio.net, because hamiltonradio.net has absolutely no hip hop, no house music, but it has the widest variety. No industrial music, sorry, but it has the largest variety of popular music on the internet. That's why it's the number one radio station on the internet. And I suggest just turn it on and tune in and turn it on, like Elton John says, tune in, turn it on, hamiltonradio.net. And you'll thank me for it. In fact, you won't change the browser. You won't go to another station. I'm just telling you that right now. Gino has his act together. He knows what's going on in the music world. He's the man, and we all give him a "we're not worthy, we're not worthy."
Oh, I'm not worthy for you guys. But I will say one thing that I was told years ago: when people turn it on, they just can't turn it off. There's something, and they just like, I gotta hear it. I want to hear it. And with shows like this, on top of the great music,
right?
It's a great mix of everything. Because remember, regular radio is not going to play this. Regular radio won't even go here because they're going to lose advertisers and this and that. They're afraid of everything. We're not. What am I afraid of?
Yeah, well, I like the way you have the musicians on. You talk about the good old days and you talk about the good new days. And yes, Taylor Swift is a man. Thank you very much. No, I've got photographic proof, but
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it either.
I don't want to either. It wasn't very pretty. I'm just going to tell you. Yes, the W-4 process was how to deal with bills, but now the bills are going to go away for the most part, and you're going to have a debt jubilee with Nassar Gassara. And the W-4 process paperwork that you sent in, if you were in the group, you will get that with the prosperity packages, okay? And all your tax money that you've ever paid out, you're going to get all that back in the prosperity packages. And I want to see it too, Master A. I'm ready. Who was that? Lightning Hopkins or who? I'm ready as anybody can be.
Yeah,
I hope I'm ready for you, and I hope you're ready for me. Who was it? Lightning Hopkins?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Or was it Muddy Waters? Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, you guys, before I started doing all this stuff, I was a professional musician, and that COVID thing kind of put the kibosh. And then we had our beloved bass player. He was like a son to me. He passed away, and it kind of took the wind out of our sails. But we'll get back into playing music again after a couple of visits to the med beds, and we'll be rocking and rolling again. And you'll probably be seeing us on Hamilton Radio doing some shows on there too. So all things are possible. Okay, you got a whole bright new future ahead of you, and you don't even know it. So don't worry about the illegals coming across. Don't worry about the Chinese groups that are hiding out. Or
Chinese immigrants coming across.
Right. It's all psyop, like Brian says. It's all psyop. Wano Saban said this. Well, I can't control what Wano Saban says, but if you want to believe him, you just go ahead and believe it. Just like if you believe I'm going to get 10% off your trust, you're absolutely wrong, because I got enough currency to choke a barnyard full of horses. Okay. And I'm just going to tell you that right now. You'll be coming to me. We'll be going to you.
Chance, let me just say to people too, and I don't think we ever talked about this, but the way I met Chance was years ago when I did a show for Scott Staffney. We were trying to help people that were losing their homes because I was going through the same type of thing. And I said to Scott, I said, if we do this show every month or once every week, we did it for like so many years, it was an amazing show because we brought a lot of homeowners on that had the issues with bankruptcies or dealing with foreclosures and stuff like that. And I was going through the same thing. And then they've still got me in a lot of ways, but I saved my home. Some of them couldn't save their home, which is so sad to see somebody. It's an emotional, draining experience that I was starting to feel. And it closes in on you, and they just keep coming, and they keep coming, and they keep coming. And the judges, as you know, don't want to hear what you have to say. You're, per se, they don't like you. They only want to hear from the lawyer. And if you have a lawyer there, they only want to do what they want to do a whatchamacallit loan. And the thing about it was we were the only radio station that was doing something like this. There were some people on YouTube that were doing things, but they weren't a radio station. We were all over the world back then, and that was many, many years ago. And we were named in a couple lawsuits, which I took as courage and being proud of that. I'm like, listen, if they're going to name me in a lawsuit, that's wonderful. That shows that we're getting some type of thing on this,
Right.
Chance, we've known each other for a long time, and it's just, Billy Powers, Renee Powers, a wonderful person, and she's hopped aboard to do the same thing with Whistleblowers Pie. I will mention it, and that's coming very soon. And listen, people, that's going to be the same thing. We've got a lot of information on a lot of these banks and a lot of the foreclosure houses and all the mills that have been put out there that try to close people's homes. And it's been a corporate thing now where corporations just go in and grab the home, like you said, Chance, and they don't care who's in there. They just change the door locks, and you're not getting in. That's it.
Unless you're coming across the border, and then you could just go and find an empty house.
Yeah. Well, there's always that.
Then you're fine. Just go right ahead. Oh, and hook up the electricity illegally, and don't feel bad about it because the Democrats will be glad to pay for it for you. Okay.
Well, it's interesting because I ran into that today, and I'll just make this quick comment.
Oh yeah, I want to hear it.
This is really funny, and you're like, what? This lady at a fast food restaurant in my area, she just stopped and pulled in the driver's, where the drive-through is. She stopped their vehicle. It was a van. She stopped it in there, and she just went in the place to eat, and everybody, of course, the traffic's backing up because they don't know what's wrong with the van. They don't know what's going on. And then the managers said, who parked the vehicle there? And the lady said, I didn't. I'm not moving it. So there's a confrontation getting ready to happen here, right? So the manager talks to the other manager, lady, you got to move your thing. You're blocking it. I will move it when I'm good and ready, and I'm not ready to move it. And that's what she said, kept saying over and over again. Meanwhile, all the people that were in the drive-thru are coming from their cars. Now they're coming in because they can't get into the drive-thru. So they're pissed off and mad. So the manager's mad, they're mad, and she's just sitting there just grinning, and she's like, I don't care about these people. Are you unhappy? She said, and she's just so mad. And I thought she felt like she was entitled to do that. But why would you create chaos out of really nothing? Just move your vehicle. That's all she had to do.
One word I can answer that with.
Yeah, go ahead.
One word. Brian, you got one word that'll describe that?
Oh, yes. No problem.
Froze.
I would have said tow truck. Okay.
Well, that's where they were going with that. But then she finally moved. But I thought that because she was so pissed and mad and aggravated and what she did, you never know where people are going to go today, And I said, we got to get out of there.
I wouldn't have said anything.
I got one word. It's called ignorance.
Well, entitled. They feel entitled like they're just,
It was ignorance that she has that kind of entitlement. That's my point. She was ignorant because she thought she was entitled.
I don't.
Could also be.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Chance.
You're freezing up sometimes, Brian.
You're kind of glitchy to me. A little bit.
I think Chance, you're glitchy. You're glitching now, Chance.
Okay, sorry.
No, I was going to say. So it's funny how you would say that. So when I see this is the difference of like perception, which is really interesting. And this is actually kind of fun. When I see an event or hear an event like that, I see demons next to her.
Yeah.
I see like hecklers or things influencing,
Oh yeah.
altering her perception to where she is not functioning as a NPC. Like it's a hijacked vessel for the dynamic situation of, hey, we're going to just cause a dynamic situation at this fast food, probably not very good food. You go
exactly
to,
right. You know what I'm talking about.
and it's kind of like karma from a basic principle. You're going to eat shit food. You're going to get some. It's funny because she created the scenario where you're getting shit service. So that's like how I would view it. And it's funny because those people I would be able to identify, be like, oh, she's got add-ons. And I'd be like, yeah, that
All
makes
kinds
sense.
of luggage.
But here's the thing. Nobody would say anything to her after she had that attitude.
Okay.
Because the managers tried, they didn't push it. They said they're going to call the cops, which I don't think they did, but they were going to. But I didn't see anybody else go up to her and say anything to her. Like, why are you doing this, miss? Why, because nobody wanted to get involved. Nobody wanted to say anything.
Right.
Nobody wanted to feel worse than, or escalate the situation, we call it, right?
Right. Well, I get it, but you know what I would have done in that situation? And I think you guys know me well enough to know that I would have done this. Okay? I would have just went up, and if the keys were in the vehicle, I would get in there and start it up and move it myself. Or if the keys weren't in there, I'd put the damn thing in neutral and push it out of the way.
Well, you got to remember the steering wheel locks, and she had the keys.
Well, on some vehicles, I'm old school. I'm still thinking you can.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be willing to do that. I am more of the type of like, if I need to problem solve and it's like in an immediate scenario, yes, it doesn't matter. Like people are so programmed to be people pleasers in any situation,
Yep.
or be docile because of the programming and how TV portrays, or how we're taught that this is how we're supposed to behave. But in truth, you're supposed to stand up for yourself at any given moment. Because again, it's just understanding, what does your time and energy mean to you, no matter where you work at. So I would have definitely called a tow truck versus the police car, because then I would have been like, hey, tow truck guy gave me the car, here you go, man.
Now, I'll tell you what, if I was 25 years old, I'll tell you what I would have done. Okay. I took my pocket knife out of my jeans. And I went up, flattened all over tires, and then take off running. And say, there, now you can stay there as long as you can. That's what I would have done if I was 25 years old, because I was ornery when I was 25. I'm just telling you. Yeah. So there's all kinds of different scenarios that you could do. You know.
See what I thought. I thought, why don't just somebody push her out of the way? But then you're causing damage to her car and yours.
Right.
And nobody wants to do that.
It wouldn't hurt my car. My Jeep pushed that damn thing, even if it was in park, push it right out.
Unless you got a 1952 Ford with the wood bumper, that wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Go for it. See, we got to go back to the old ways. The old wood bumpers. I mean, you bust it, you go out and you buy a new 4x4 or 2x4 and you put it on the bumper and say, here, there you go. I mean, you know what? I don't worry about pleasing other people. I really don't. But let me tell you what I do here. You think you're a big deal because you wear a Superman shirt all the time. Don't you ever change that damn thing? I say, yeah, I change it a lot. I got 50 different Superman shirts that I've gotten over the years. Yes, I wear a different one every day if you pay any attention. Don't ask me a dumbass question, because I'll come back as the king smartass of the world. Okay? And man, I'm telling you what, if you want energy, I'm telling you what, right here, these Blue Power APL Go, and you can get a hold of Debbie Stevens. Or over here in the right-hand column, it says Debbie Stevens by emailing beamerstevens@me.com. You can get some of this stuff, and man, I'm rocking right now. I mean, I got all cylinders firing, man. It's just like, oh my
You're only
God.
supposed to take 2 a day. How many did you take?
Well,
Almost the whole box.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I took 12.
Wow.
You could be howling with your dog in the middle of the night.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what, that dog is like the best sleeping medicine in the world. She gets in bed with me, and I put my arm around her, and I'm out, man. I'm out. And if I have any difficulty at all, I put on a either Economic Ninja or no, I'm not overdose. I'm kind of goofy and I'm wide awake, but no, I don't know. You can't overdose on this stuff. It's not drugs. It's Tesla technology, so it's good stuff and it's healthy. And heck, I'll probably wake up tomorrow and I'll be jumping right out of bed and into the shower and be dressed and have the dishes done before anybody else gets up, But anyway, yeah, Brian's given spiritual consultations and common sense consultations. Just call Brian, the Fascinating Brian, at 774-208-2377. He has been able to help a few people. And I'm telling you what, since he's one of my best friends, I don't donate yet.
No, that's
But what caused the cell phone and pharmacy outages today? Oh,
Earlier.
well,
mention that.
Brian kind of covered that at the first half hour of the show. If you really know what it is, if I had to choose about any of those things that you put on the screen, Tara, I would say it's the white hats moving things around, because they know about these solar flares. They know about them. And my eyes are dilated. Are they? Are my eyes dilated?
I don't think they are. Are they?
Yeah, you look possessed. No, I'm just
Yeah, you do.
Oh, anybody that has this much fun I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up with a. Oh, that happens 3 or 4 times a night. It's called taking a trip to the restroom. Okay. I'm old.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. And you go through 2 packets. I might have. You never can tell. Robin, how you been anyway? I haven't heard much from you, except I see you all the time on my lives on Facebook. And I'm sorry, like we covered at the first of the show, I'm sorry that Tracy didn't come in. Do you like Zim Notes? Oh, I like Zim Notes so much. Okay. When I first got into this, Winona, no, that's just old age with my say. See, if I go like this, I lost 20 years. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. It's back. Okay. Zim Notes. Yeah, they're going to be dollar for dollar. They're bond. And don't let anybody tell you they're not going to be worth anything. And you will have to go to a redemption center for Zim bonds. And what's the other one you have to go to redemption center for? It's not
Dinar.
No, the dinar you can go to a bank for and get the best rate.
At least I don't know. I'm just saying.
Being Dong.
No. I think the other thing you have to go to, it might be the Rupee. I'm not sure, but I'll have to check on that. I'll let you know next week. Connection to QFS using SpaceX on the Starlink satellite network. Okay. I'm going to explain satellite network to you in just a minute. Okay, that is what happened. Can you put that back up, Doc? What he said?
Yeah, there's somebody else. I'm trying to keep up with.
Okay, that has happened to all cell phones. Get ready, it's coming worldwide. EAS. That's right. The EAS is expected anytime between now and next week. A week from today is when the EAS is supposed to be out by. USF Solar Warden of the Military Earth Alliance. So I don't know about that. That sounds like a fancy name for some intel, but let me explain to you about your satellite network. There are no satellites. Your satellites are connected to weather balloons that go up to the firmament. That's where they sit.
They sit below because if they shot up or tried to shoot out, it would crash. Then it just fall down like.
And one of those satellites just crashed. By the way, they are a satellite, but they're suspended by helium balloons. The guy that had the stack of Zims, well, they had his funeral last week. His name was Vince Johnson. He was a very good patriot, very smart man. He was a veteran, and he was a true patriot. He will be missed. And I don't know. I hope his family got the Zims, and I hope I don't know. It's not my gig. It's not my job to follow up or anything. He was living in the house that the gentleman that owned the house was in the nursing home. So I don't know. It's all up in the air, and it's outside of my pay schedule, but we just hope that somebody gets the benefit of those Zim bonds. And are they going to ask for projects at the redemption? I would, since you're not in a humanitarian group, my guess is you're going to be in and out of there in less than 15 minutes. And if they do ask for it, just make sure you have it available, just like your receipts. And if you don't have a receipt, then get a gift receipt from whoever you got it from if you got gifted the currency. But I don't think they're going to. Things have been changing on this a lot, and I'm trying to keep up with it. I don't think there's going to be receipts required. I don't think there's the possibility that if it comes out on the Forex, there's a possibility there won't even be a NDA. But some people could get a 30-day NDA. Some people could be a 90-day NDA. They'll probably look at me and they say, "Oh, you're that radio guy. Okay, you're the one with the big mouth. 90 days for you, mister."
Yeah,
All I'm going to say to him is, "Thank you very much. Anybody needs to call me, I'll be on the beach. Send a letter."
You'll be de-aging, right?
No, but Chance, I heard real quick, Brian. I heard that they don't need receipts because everything that's transpired between you and them is gone through the central people, however it is, and they have all the information. They have the numbers, they have the serial numbers and everything.
Yep, NSA has secured the information and turned it all over to the Republic U.S. Treasury. So that is correct. That is correct, Doc. Yep, that's why I have not bought a new phone. Still using one for 3 years. Yeah, I know. I got a Wally World. If you know what Wally World is, I got a Wally World phone, and I hate it. But the one that I paid $400 for, I begged T-Mobile to give me a lower rate because they had me paying $85 a month, and I said, "I can't do this, guys." I said, "I can go over here to Mint Mobile and I can get it for $35 a month." And they said, "Well, we can't do that." And I said, "Okay." Well, they wouldn't unlock my phone so I could use it on the other network. So thank you very much. But I still got it. And guess what? I do know computer people. When I get it in the right guy's hands, I will get it unlocked. And I will be back on the T-Mobile network, but not paying T-Mobile because Mint Mobile uses the T-Mobile network. So there you go.
And don't forget, we're waiting on the quantum phones we ordered. I think it was last year.
Yeah, the quantum phones. They will be hooked up to the Starlink system. Now, what's this? Would it be a military base or just a regular bank? Well, that I know where 2 of the redemption centers are in Iowa. And it all depends on whether I want to go to Reno or not. And I really don't want to because I don't want to be away from my home and my dogs and my son and my family, So I'll probably just go to a redemption center because I just don't see I'm going to get the highest rate anyway because I am in 2 groups. And I'll just say, couldn't go to Reno because of this or that, the other, My pleasure, Sister L. Victory to the light. Where we go one, we go all. That's right. Q Intel Group. All right. Good.
Well, just keep in mind, I mean, as things kind of change and progress, like you're going to, like for someone like me, I'm at the bottom of the barrel. All right. Many of you are at the bottom of the barrel. You're not a part of groups. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about the rates. There's going to be informative packages. And even for those that do have currencies that haven't been paying attention, they're going to get the lowdown over time. What's really going to be truly phenomenal and fascinating is like your world that you live in is going to be so topsy-turvy. It's going to be such a huge shift in not only economics, agriculture, entertainment industries. I mean, I don't know if you can imagine like tons of the music just suddenly going away because it's all been sabotaged. Same with
right, counterproductive.
Yeah, TV programs. I mean, grandma's going to be really, really upset if she can't get her fix of watching people self-destruct because they're obese and overate on a reality show, because there's a lot of people, or there's soap operas, so a lot of that is really going to go.
Roy be the man. I got Mint Mobile too, and I like it a lot. I just don't like this Wally World phone. I did say earlier that there are satellites, but they're not circling the Earth because they can't get through the firmament. So they're being suspended in the sky underneath the firmament by weather balloons. It's been that way since the 1950s, guys. And so don't buy into the cabal lies about the satellites that go in orbit around Earth. No, it's more like a potato or a spaceship.
Yeah, it's funny. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. And so that's what it is. There are no satellites, but there are satellites because they're suspended by weather balloons. Okay. Now, if somebody had 12 of those 100 trillion ZIMs, should they give some of them away? That's your choice. Let me ask you this. You're going to have 100 trillion. It's going to be on a so-and-so payout. It'll be on a structured payout for each 100 trillion ZIM that you have. Okay. That's true, Roy. You can give away 95% and live 1,000 lifetimes. But what they'll do is they'll give you a structured payout on it. And on the ZIM, you're supposed to use 80% for humanitarian purposes. You can keep 20% for yourself. Anything on the TRB?
TRB, what is that?
The TRB system is, again, that's the Trump bucks. So, and I will say,
yeah,
you have been taking advantage of. Does whoever plays Trump know? Yes. Does the military know? Yes. Will the so-called right be wronged? I believe it will in time, but that's something later down in the road. I know I've invested in it too, in only one area, but when I found out, I was like, you know what? This is still a good idea because a lot of very good people that care or hold a lot of love and faith in the idea of what Trump stands for, they really did invest a lot. And, they've invested their life savings. They went above and beyond because they thought, in the goodness of the spirit of abundance and having a better world, they were going to be removed from the survival mechanism. So I think it's owed, and I'm sure, Trump and the White Hats know that anyone who's invested in it, they should be owed for experience in that, in a negative light, and be reimbursed. If nothing else, reimbursed at the very least. But yeah.
Right. Trump cards, Q cards, Q
Everything.
coins, all this nonsense. It's all and I guarantee you the people and the companies that created this nonsense, and it wasn't Trump or any of the White Hats, they're all going to be paying for their fraud. And the other thing is, I do believe the prosperity packages, the redemption and the reformation will pay off the people that got taken advantage of. Okay. How are we supposed to know when the QFS comes in?
You won't.
Well, it's already come in. Protocol 20 was 2 days ago. And I did a report on Facebook on my live at 5 Tuesday, that Protocol 20 was initiated. That means the quantum financial system is methodically lining up with all the banks. And what's happening in Iowa City Tuesday, which is an hour and a half from me, I got a call from Brother Jim. These guys know who Brother Jim is. And he says, is something going on? He says, I just came by Wells Fargo, and he said, it's the parking lot's never full. And he says, it looks like they got a stinking party going on there, a reception or something. I said, no, I said Protocol 20 was. And so they're all probably standing in line out there to see if they can redeem their currency. And I haven't heard of any of them redeeming their currency yet. But when you go in, remember the most important words that you say is, hi, I'm here for a currency exchange. If you want to learn the protocol for the currency exchange, I have those documents, and they're $50. Just send them to 319-561-0064 Cash App or Zelle, or send me an email at chancemusic@yahoo.com. I can send them out to you by email. Kathy got some today, and she was ecstatic. Thank you, Kathy, for your help in that matter. And let's see, is the Zimbabwe going to be in tranches? Yes. If you don't know what a tranche is, that's TRAUNCH. Look it up. But you won't be able to get it all at once. It will be on a structured payout. But I'm telling you right now, when it's just like, okay, out here at the west end of town, they just built a new facility for the animal shelter, okay? And I believe they bought a bunch of land around it. Well, guess what? I'm going to swoop on that area. I'm going to buy it all up, and I'm going to quadruple or 10 times the size of their facilities, because there's other animals besides dogs and cats that need love. We've had a lot of problems with horse abuse around here, and cow abuse, and pigs being stolen, cows being stolen, and people showing up to have a cow in the back of a pickup truck. Where do you think they got that? Okay. So anyway, it's all kinds of stuff, and I really think I could get a handle on it, especially with the people that I know that want to work with me. I think we'll be able to do that. And then with the Law Dogs legal group that I'm putting together, that will, it depends on how many you have, Miss Jeannie. If you have one $100 trillion note, then you're probably looking at a 20-year payout. If you have 100 trillion notes, then you're probably looking at a 100-year payout. But there's going to be things that I will be able to explain to you about those structured payouts that'll still give you access to them at a very small and minimal fee. So don't worry about it. You're going to be able, if you want to buy Trump Tower, and you've got a stack of Zims that high, and you could buy it 20 times over, okay, it's all good, okay, but I'll show you how to do it so that you can have your cake and eat it too. I've got this all in the memory banks, and it's been taught to me by the proper people. Maybe join forces. Oh yeah, the Law Dogs is all about organizing these people, and the animal shelter is probably one of the things I'm the most passionate about. But my first thing is getting these kids back into their home. The Department of Human Services, I'm real into that. We have a friend, and he's a really, really good guy, and he's my handyman. He comes and fixes stuff, and he treats me so right for fixing something. He does not take advantage of me. I appreciate him very much. He's a great person. Hey, wait a minute, guys. You guys ready for this? Listen to this.
Go ahead.
I just got a brand new update. Brand new. Chance. Tomorrow, there will be an announcement globally by each country regarding their currency being asset backed. Okay? There's more. In the U.S., the announcement will be made by the U.S. Treasury, plus the new USN notes will start being available. Are you listening to this?
They're the gold backs, or the currency ones, right?
Yeah, are you listening to this? Because you're not going to find this on Wolverine's channel. You're not going to find this on Mark Z's channel. I'm telling you this stuff direct from the intake officer. Okay. In the U.S., the announcement will be made by the U.S. Treasury. That's the Republic of the United States Treasury, not the corporation. Plus, the new USN notes are being available. This will be the official start of the redemption, and the redemption centers and notifications will be sent out. Hello. What did I tell everybody? Okay. Let's see. Notifications will be sent out. Maria, are you listening? Come on, Maria, say hi or something so I know you're listening. Okay.
So if true, that means it's Christmas.
Welcome to Christmas. Okay. Now there's more.
Okay.
And notifications will be sent out. The Redemption Center will use the new dollar. The notifications will start tomorrow. Now, the information that I just gave you. Oh, Jen wants to call the show. Yeah, Jen, go ahead and call. We got one more call. But I was getting ready to get off. But Jen, this woman, Jen, is an amazing woman. Yeah, it's okay to call on the show, Jen. Go.
Put the number up again real quick. Here we go.
Yeah, it's 609. We want to hear from Jen. Jen is amazing. I want to read to you what she wrote me today, because I've been wanting to do that all day, and I'm just 609 227 0991 0991. We'll wait here. I was going to sign off the show, but we're going to wait.
Let it happen. That's fine.
Yeah. Listen to what she wrote me. This is after all the nonsense came out about me making money off other people's trusts and me charging $2,000 for a trust and all this stuff. Okay. For your information, Facebook comments. Elaine Kelly, respectively, we all have free will options. And when it comes to transparency, the U.S. is under medical martial law and has been since January 2021. She's correct on that. With that being said, in a sensitive nutshell, every man for himself. If you are victimized in some other way, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? Because no one is going to voluntarily come to your rescue, not without you at least attempting to be resourceful and not put all your eggs in one basket. I love this. We as people have to get out of bed, get off our couches, turn the television set off, learn to read and question everything, period. That sucks. It's not fair. In my opinion, since our third DNA has been removed eons ago, it's not fair that today they are still trying to modify our DNA via gene therapy and infiltrate God's creation using his or her or its own DNA. We, multidimensional beings, have been dumbed down through prescription medicines, vaxes, and now we are being finally told something remotely to the real truth. We finally have the weapon of knowledge to fight back. Now it's up to us. This next part is hard for me to read because she's being very complimentary. Gifts like chance and the like are the only ones here to help point and share their learned knowledge. They do not have to share, but they chose to help. And I personally appreciate anything and everything they offer because I, for one, do not have all the answers. Moreover, I hear none of us have all the answers. So I respectfully offer advice that has been given to me and that resonates with you and leave the rest behind. That's all we can do. Pretty intellectual, isn't it, Brian?
Yes.
I comment to you to your comment with love, respect, and hope. I have not caused any harm in trying to share what I have been enlightened to learn over these few years. I won't give her last name, but it says Jennifer, Texas. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
nice. Oh, and
Yeah,
the
that
good
was
news
good.
about the solar flares, it upgrades your DNA back to its original format. Just FYI, in case a lot of people you don't understand how DNA works, it can be altered, but it always finds a way to reset. It doesn't matter if it's a dead chicken or a live chicken. If these yahoos try and spike anything, there's still DNA in the meat. It will still alter to whatever variants, and you will get a variant to whatever. And yeah, I know a lot of people freak out about it. Just assume you got COVID. Okay, just assume you got it in your food, whether you like it or not. You've been duped. I've been duped, but the good news is the creator has a sophisticated mechanism and way for your body to heal and clean out whatever doesn't belong. So that's great news. So don't worry about a lot of the BSness, especially what's already happened. Let's move forward.
Hey, with that, I'm going to tell you what, Doc, do you have any final thoughts for tonight?
Yeah, I have a friend that's in the Galactic Federation, a good friend of mine. His name is Renee Hamilton. You can look him up on Facebook. He's selling a lot of great stuff. Boards, visual boards that you can do, that manifest what you want. He's got water that he has. He has gold water. He has gold that he puts in the water. He has copper he puts in the water. So he's trying to change humanity back to like what Brian said. I'm going to try to get into. I've been in touch with him a lot, and I've got to order stuff from him. I want to do that, but he's definitely shown that he has helped immune systems in people. He's been a great friend of mine for years, and I want to get him involved in this show. And I think that he would be an asset with what Brian's talking about, what you're going to do. I think another person to add what he knows and on his side and stuff and spiritually. He's a good guy. I guess I've been friends with him a while, but he's in Canada. That's the only difference.
Well, there's nothing wrong with Canada. We love Canada.
Right.
Listen. He's welcome anytime. Just give me a heads up a few days before.
You got
Brian,
it.
do you have any final thoughts?
If anyone wants to solicit any of my expertise or wants skill sets to get it, to identify their higher self, or it's more like train, because you have to train to do these things, train to alter your perception, to cure yourself of any treatment you wish to engage in, it's for you. You have to do it for you. But again, it's different. It's like going to school. But my number is 774-208-2377. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, guys, listen. My final thoughts tonight are life's too short. Be happy. If you're sad, force yourself to be happy. Create that positive energy. And guess what? It'll come out a lot easier every day. Just force it. Be grateful of the mouse that I'm using for tonight's show. Be grateful that my son has his medication. Be grateful for the paper towels on the table. Be grateful for the dogs. Be grateful for everything. And remember, Canada is going to be part of us pretty quick with the North American Union. So, oh, Canada, go Canada. Okay. And
Yeah, don't worry about
I want you all. Huh?
Sorry, someone asked about nanodust or particle.
Yeah, I can put it back. You want to put it back? Okay, here it is here.
Yeah, the nanodust.
You can detox that and push it out. You have your skin, the giant organ, the biggest organ. So you just need your body can work all that junk out. You just got to detox, some salt baths, a sauna, take.
And when you get into a med bed, there's the end of it anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't worry.
So it's coming. All our things are coming together. Speedboat theory is in effect. I want to tell you guys all, I'm Chance McFadden, and I thank you all for tuning in tonight. Fascinating Brian, Docg, and Debbie will be back next week. Get some sleep, Debbie. We love you. She's our Lois Lane. She's our investigative reporter. We got to have her here. And Kent Dunn, we hope you come back and see us sometime soon. I love you guys. See you next Thursday. But I'll be on Facebook at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and on Tuesday, live at 5 on Facebook. Chance McFadden Facebook page. Y'all come back now. Here?
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.